Good morning. This is Monday with Friday, wishing for you a decisive week ahead. Life is full of contrasts. Because those contrasts are a given, not only do we need to be aware of them, we also need to respect them as much as we respect the law of gravity. To live life responsibly, safely, meaningfully, wisely, and to the fullest, we should honor those contrasts. If, for example, there's a medication we should keep refrigerated all the time, but instead exposed it all the time to the sun, we shall take an ineffective medication eventually and risk our wellness. Frozen ice cream or yogurt is good, but don't try eating frozen rice or pasta. Jumping into a bathtub filled with scorching hot water that we assumed to be cool is, well, not cool. There is safety in knowing the difference between hot and cold. Disaster awaits if the pilots of a commercial aircraft decreased their altitude when they should increase it instead, or vice versa, or worse, if the captain decides that it matters not whether she goes up or down when control tower has told her go higher or lower. We all know of at least one story on how that ended when a driver failed to adjust speed to road conditions, whether on wet roads or snowy terrain or treacherously winding roads with hairpin bends and steep precipices on either side. How about left and right? Have you ever ended up in a room or a situation, an awkward situation, or a trap or tragedy when you turned right instead of turning left? On and on the contrasts of life continue. Smart and dull, near and far, light and darkness, safety and danger, wise and foolish, and an indeterminably large number of others more. But among those I have not mentioned that are absolutely crucial are these three contrasts: truth versus lies and deception, good versus bad and evil, genuine versus fake or imitation or pretenders. It's one thing to misread in each of those three contrasts, one of those for the other. But it is quite another thing of the very dangerous kind to conflate the one with the other, or to make or view one as the other, or the other as one, as in making what is good evil, or viewing it that way, or a person who is evil as good, or taking a charlatan or a pretender as a genuine person while dismissing the genuinely good, truthful, and correct person as wrong, deceptive, fake, and evil. Now, this is happening all around us in politics, in social media, and in churches and religious life as well. And I've come by today for this very brief moment to remind us that contrasts are crucial to life, and we should observe them, I say again, just like we do the law of gravity. If we don't play around with that law, wherein we jump off a building and expect to fly down to the ground, neither should we play the fool with the contrasts of life, especially the contrasts of good and evil, truth and lies, genuine and fake, faithful and unfaithful, and so on. Now, there are certain groups here in America who would like for you and me to consider them bastions of morality and family life and truth. In a previous era, they actually called themselves the moral majority, the antecedent of many of these groups. Some of these people call themselves evangelicals, and one of them regularly comes on your TV and mine to offer some kind of half-baked, pre-baked prayer of confession, not for himself, not for his sins of ignoring children on the southern border placed in cages when he himself sends shoeboxes every Christmas to those countries from which those children come. He comes offering prayers of confession not for himself, but for you and me, because he, as a self-proclaimed evangelist, is preoccupied with the problem of sin. Not his own sin, but yours and mine. So we have these folks who say they, and one of the two major political parties in America, have a monopoly on salvation, on morality, on family, and on truth. One of them says, the other party doesn't believe in God. The candidate is against God. Oh, come on. But yet I find it really curious that these are the same people who have conflated truth with lies, who state bold and vicious lies as though they were truth, and cry down truth tellers, calling them the scum of the earth. They are the same people who reject honest men and women, genuine candidates for leadership, calling them not smart, evil, and ungodly. They prefer instead dishonest, liars, charlatans, shysters, fake Christians, fake servants, criminals, felons, convicts, practically calling the most unrepentant among them the vicar of Christ or the second coming of Jesus. They abandon the distinctions between truth and lies and make both the same. They abandon the distinction between good and evil and make both the same, thereby tolerating or turning a blind eye to the evil done to the poor, the refugee, the sick, and the minority. They ignore the abuse of religion designed to break others rather than save them. And I warn those of us who hear messages like these to stop challenging me to talk about Jesus, because I am actually talking about Jesus. And when people who say they believe in Jesus do these kinds of things, this is the loss of reality. This is the loss of sanity. This is the loss of balance between the contrasts with which we should live. If we should live safely, wisely, with civility, justice, and peace. Until we get it right, we are sinking downward very fast into serious destruction, except that the people causing us to go there, having lost any sense of contrasts, think we are skyrocketing into glory. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel and share this video with someone. I am Michael Friday, and your week just got decisive. Decide clearly. I'll see you again soon. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.